Very good everybody, welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us back to the 737-800 that we recently acquired. I believe this will be the third flight ever for me with the 737-800. All my flights have been streamed anyway, but I think this is the third flight. We're using Mango livery today, which is a domestic airline in South Africa. Not sure if it actually still exists. It's an old livery from 2012. This comes with the package when you purchase the 737-800. We're using real-world time and real-world weather, the Airsoft Simple Traffic Tool and GSX. And we're going to be doing a flight from Johannesburg to Cape Town. And we're using for both Johannesburg and Cape Town, we're using custom sceneries as well. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's get the pump out of the way. I can do the Lanta overlay up. Now we can follow the flight. And then let's jump in and start the boarding. So there was a problem with connecting the jetway. That didn't really want to connect, so now we have the stairs. Not sure how GSX is going to be processing that, but we'll see. But first things first, let's just get some battery powers going, and the IRS to align. This way we can time it. Maybe get some lights up in here. And then ground power is available. The ground power unit's been connected, so we can turn that on. Some panel brightness in the overhead. Logo lights, anti-collision lights. And then let's immediately start the boarding. Not sure how many passengers. We got gate number 11. So we're at the domestic apron. So let's do request boarding.
Boarding requested.
So getting some lights set up now, so it looks a bit more clear to read. And some on the center pedestal as well. That looks like boarding is starting. So curious to see what's going to happen with the passengers. No jetway dock, you will not see passengers visually. Okay, well, there's our answer. Alright, no worries, we can still carry on. Set up the radios. Let's give ourselves a squawk code 3121. And we're at transponder, that's okay. So the boarding is going to go really fast since we don't see passengers. I believe it's already at 70 out of 171. There we go, that's going really quick. Alright, it's just how it is. Alright, so the weather here at Johannesburg International Airport. Wind 070, 8 knots, 11 degrees, it's winter here. QNH 1028. The boarding pretty much is probably completed, but so we're just waiting then for the baggage handlers to finish up. Which is okay, we can set everything up now. So pausing it. We got at airport. Over Tambo International. And the gate. See, does it recognize it as 11? That's not in data. We're all very surprised. So look, it's called Alpha 11. That's actually recognized, so we can put that as our present position. So route, we can just request it. Reserve fuel 3.6, block fuel 10.1. So we check our LFP, cost index 56, cruising altitude, flight level 300, average wind 234 at 54. Here we have the block field, 10.1, and the final reserves 3.6. That's looking good. So we set the payload, we set the fuel, select the route. Then we'll load it in. Then we activate and execute, and then we should have the route on here. But we're missing the departure and arrival. So departure. Departing runway for today, Johannesburg International 03 left, and we got the RAGUL, the Alpha departure. 03 left, RAGUL 3 Alpha. There's no transition, execute. Then for the arriving, runway 01, the ERDAS 1 Charlie. So ILS 01. The ERDAS 1 Charlie, that's this one. There's no transition either, so execute. And that is all in. So we can now go to the next page. We should have the entire flight plan, all the waypoints. And then we have the arrival. We'll look at that later, as usual. Okay. So, berth in it. Zero fuel weight, 59.5. We have 10.1. On the block fuel. Reserves, I forgot. 3.6. Cost index, I believe that was 56. Let's just double check this stuff. 56, 234, 56, cruising altitude, flight level 300. Let's execute. And then finally the wind 234 at 54. Transition altitude 8000. Usually this is correct. Always good to just check nonetheless. Airport elevation is high, 5,558. Transition altitude 8,000 feet. This is a very high airport, Johannesburg. So we can accept this. This is all looking good. Let's just clear out these messages here. So N1 limit. We'll have the calculator. Performance tool doing all the heavy lifting for us. Just like when you're in a relationship with an avoidant. You do all the heavy emotional lifting as well. Just like this calculator is doing. So runway 03 left, runway remaining 144, elevation, runway condition is dry. We imported from aircraft. Let's see, does this still update? No, it shouldn't. Import weather, alright, so calculate. Take off at 35 degrees. This is giving us 97.1. Not quite the same as we see here. That's nothing new. Trim will be 5.71, flaps 5, giving us V1 of 145, rotate 147, V2 149. If we go to takeoff page, flaps 5. Double check, was this flaps 5? Yes, flaps 5. Then we get a trim 5.71, runway length remaining, I believe 144. 144. So these numbers, the aircraft I think is still waiting for the ILS to finish. 0 minutes left, so it should have required its signal in a couple of seconds. I think before that, there you go. 144, 147, 149. We'll take these numbers. So that concludes setting up the FMC. We'll have a look at our departure route. Out of runway 03 left, we got the RAGUL 3 Alpha. Boarding has been completed. That's pretty cool. It's looking pretty straightforward, so just go to RAGUL. Alright, so now that we are online, if you will, turn on the yaw damper, and we'll start the APU. We'll set everything up and we'll get going. Fuel pumps can be opened. Let's check if we have the fuel on board. 10.1, we do. The landing elevation, for now that will be quite high. And cruising will be flight level 300. So the APU starting up, the EGT is now dropping. Can turn on the APU bleed. Turn on the flight directors on both sides. Let's just check the runway heading for 03 left. That would be 034. Right, we can arm the lateral navigation and the vertical navigation. And we'll set the cruising altitude immediately, flight level 300. So the trim was 5.71. Let's go ahead and set it. Let's also set our parking brake. Okay. So after takeoff we have a left turn heading 281 degrees. And the waterproof FAOR outbound radio 241 to RAGUL. Comply with SID, climb to 8,700 or maintain last assigned flight level, whichever is the highest. This is going quite fast. probably forgetting a thing or two. I don't know. Let's see here, before takeoff at least we have flap should be set to flaps 5, stabilizer trim, we already set it. So I think we're done here. Let's close everything up and let's get this sucker going. Ground operations. And we cannot release the ground power yet. The APU bleed is on. And we turn on the APU generators. And we disconnect the ground power up in the overhead first. And then we can release the ground power through here. And we can try to remove the chocks. Not sure if this is triggering the automatic closure of those doors. Doesn't look like it yet, so just go door management and just close all. Appears to be working. Let's request push and start. These mango planes are so cool. Super bright orange. With a playful font for their logo, mango.
Hello, Captain.
I've always liked them a lot.
Ready for pushback.
That's good news, thank you. So we have set the parking brake. We got our squawk code with our transponder. We set up the mode control panel.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, so where do we go from here? I think it will be pushback nose to the left. Then we'll get onto Lima and then onto Alpha. And that should take us to our runway.
Locking gear.
You can see the nose being lifted there. I really like that animation. Okay, nose to the left and tail to the right. Let's do this.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so we should be able to start the engines now. Let's start engine number 2. First the N2 starts to spin. This is a different fuel cutoff switch than we had on our previous flight, so there's probably something you can set that's interesting. Because right now we're flying the Mango, I haven't flown this one before. That's pretty cool, I didn't know. So I'll have to have a look into that in a little bit. So there's our 757-800 pushing back, starting the engine at Johannesburg International Airport. Flight time will be around 2 hours or so. Let's see what's happening here. AGT is dropping. No, not yet. Config, so we had this on the other flight as well. And I was surprised. The Boeing 737-800 apparently uses center fuel tanks as well, so we need to turn on those fuel pumps too. Alright, engine number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake
Waiting
start.
for confirmation for a good engine start.
Fuel. Let's just go and confirm good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, so we're now on engines, so we can turn on the main generators. Then we can do without the APU. APU bleed can come off as well. Turn on the packs. So before we go, auto brake goes to RTO for ejected takeoff, and our flaps go to 5. And let's get this baby to gate count.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. So we'll drive out straight, take a left onto Lima and a right onto Alpha. A little FMC warning here, so we need to verify the takeoff speeds. So 144, 147 is a rotate, 149 is a V2. Let's not forget to put in the speed here as well. I'm going to put in 250 knots. But did forget something. That's the bypass pin. Thank you. Alright man, let's get this baby going. Runway turn-off lights, taxi lights. Parking brake released. And let's get out of here. The plane in front of us has magically disappeared. I guess we can also go straight here actually. We'll stay on Bravo. Yeah, that's maybe even better. Wow, look at that. Well, let's consider ourselves clear to line up. We'll turn on the landing lights and the strobe position and steady. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. Looks like we're on the wrong line. Look at that. But we'll go like this. It's okay. So runway 03 left. Alright, use our runway. Line up and wait for 1 second. Let's turn on the TCAS. And now for the time, I'm not really sure. Elapsed time. I guess that's it. Alright, so let's set takeoff thrust. First we go 50% N1. Let the engine stabilize. And then we'll set our takeoff thrust. And let's go to Cape Town. I realize I forgot to turn off the bags, but probably not too big of a deal.
V1, rotate.
Alright, rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Flaps 1. Just look outside real quick. Johannesburg. It's a really huge city. If you don't have GPS, you'll not find your way there. So let's turn on the autopilot now. PMD. N1 L down 3 net speed. We're actually flaps 2. So we can turn off the auto brake again. And here is our left turn to, what was it? To 81 degrees, to 89. Okay, clip the shorts, how are you doing, man? Thanks for your concern. Alright, let's lock the gear. Transition altitude. So we go standard barometric pressure. Flaps can come up now. And looks like we're on our way. It's a really big city, Johannesburg. It's very cool. Let's quickly get back to the flight deck before we break anything. Right, so the runway turn-off lights and taxi lights can go off. Right, so here we intercept the 281 track. The plane does it for us. We could see on the arrival chart, or the departing chart, actually the 241 track out of the waterproof TLR. Going to intercept that, and then that will take us directly to RAGUL. nose gone down, let's turn off the landing lights. And let's also release the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, welcome aboard. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard flight 812 to Cape Town this morning. The en route flight time will be around 1 hour and 55 minutes or so. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet, which is approximately 10 kilometers. You've turned off the seatbelt sign, so please feel free to walk around the cabin, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask our crew. On behalf of Mango Airlines and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Speed 325. Have a look outside. She looks really cute. Right, so in a little bit we'll have a look at the arrival. We'll make sure that all the waypoints connect properly for our approach to Cape Town. Right, so the packs are at auto and the engine bleeds are on. So let's have a look at the after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up and off. Turn that off, and the flaps are up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Our top of climb is quite close. Well, at least at this range setting, but it's already like that. 58 miles. Also have a top of descent listed already at 803. That's 589 nautical miles. Alright, let's get back to the flight deck. 23,700. At the top of descent already, it could be. We have a range of 640 miles, so that would make sense. Top of descent 803. That's in 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. So we still have some time. We'll use the time to have a look at the arrival. Plenty of time to do that. So we can make sure that we land our passengers safely and comfortably as well. Fuel currently carrying 8.8 thousand kilograms. Expected fuel upon landing 4.6 thousand. Expected time of arrival 8:27 Zulu, 666 nautical miles to go. So let's have a look at our arrival then. So maybe first of all, let's check the weather at our destination. Electronic flight bag, home, arrival. So this was issued at 6:27 Zulu. So like 15 minutes ago. Wind 050, 10 knots. Visibility 4 kilometers. I'm not sure it's broken clouds or something BR, could be something rain. I do not know all the codes. Few clouds at 3,500. 12 degrees centigrade, QNH 1022. So 050, 10 knots. And we're given runway 01. So we'll be coming over ERDAS. And then we'll take us to the sea to Utiro. So let's have a look at the final approach chart and add everything up. So have a CT chart. Approach runway 01, ILS runway 01, let's put the spin down. So airport elevation is a little above sea level, it's 151, runway is at 144 feet, transition altitude 7,500. Flight slope will start at 2,000 feet at a distance of 6.7 nautical miles from the CTV. That's the Cape Town FAOR. It will also say how far from the localized CTI. Doesn't look like it. That's alright. Right, so the last waypoint on the approach chart, the ERDAS 1 Charlie arrive, is Utiro. Let's have a look at that on our navigation display. Utiro is right there, so zoom in a little bit more. So look at the Utiro and then Charlie India 01. We might need another waypoint, so maybe Utiro, we can extend that, and we can also extend Charlie India 01. If we do that, we'll make a nice little U. Charlie India 01, let's have a look at the chart. That's 5.3 miles between Charlie and 01 to get ourselves established. Niner 2. So we could maybe say Charlie 01 heading 192. And let's add another 10 miles. And we could do the same for Uti Road. And I guess we'll also do 192. And let's also go 10 miles. No delays this one. What's the first Uti Road? Uti Road, 192 degrees. For a duration of 10 miles. And we'll execute that, we'll accept it. Then we'll do the same for Charlie in 01. Heading 192, so that's 2 ERDAS. And we'll also say 10 miles. That's what I would like. There you go. And then we hook these two up. We got our own little RNAV type of approach there. Execute. This is buying us a little bit more time. Alright, so now the runway. Let's have a fix around the runway. Runway 01. Good for a fixed page. Here we can say, let's first put it in. Radial 192. This will give us the extended runway center line. Now to see. Let's say 6 miles. Let's make that 7. I'm going to make it 7, just have a little bit of a buffer. And we'll also do 192 at 15. And it's creating these rings around the runway. And we can sort of see where we are, you know, that kind of stuff can help sometimes. Right, so that's been set up. We are 30,000 feet. Do not plan to do any step climbs then. No. Hey, yes, just Lego. Hey, welcome back, man. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Had some turbulence. I'm fine, man. How are you doing? Thanks, man. That's so appreciated, dude. You're one of the old guard, man. Thank you so much. Well, today we're flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town. We just took off 19 minutes ago. You can see it right here. Looks like the 737-800 for the third time. With the Mango livery, which is a domestic carrier from South Africa. Two subs to 100. Glad to see you grow. Thanks so much, man. Well, thanks to you guys, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, the other day it looked like I got 100. I was an idiot. Somebody in the chat said, hey, I'm subscriber number 100. And I took out my guitar, started playing them a little song, you know, impromptu, like off the top of my head, you know. And then later when the stream was over, I saw, wait, I don't think that was 100, it was 98. That was quite funny. But yeah, man, definitely growing. And as long as you just keep on having fun, you know, it's the most important thing. Yeah, so we just set everything up already, or almost everything, for our landing at Cape Town Airport. Well, top of descent is like in 1 hour and 10 minutes or so. No, this is not VATSIM, but I must say I forgot to check if there is anything online on VATSIM. Let me do this right now. Not that I would now all of a sudden switch over to VATSIM mid-flight, but you do actually remind me with this question. There is actually control in Cape Town. I got approach. But I don't feel like mid-flight, you know, just jumping onto the network. I don't think that's very appropriate. So no, this is offline. Have a look out the window. When flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town, you can see the terrain drastically change at some point. First we have this like a flat sort of area, and then at some point there will be more like, we'll get some more mountains, and also some more like desert style colors on the ground. And then there's more and more mountains, and then you would reach Cape Town, which then again is sort of flat. And the city of Johannesburg has the largest amount of artificially placed or manually placed vegetation, but it does have a lot of vegetation for a city for sure. And on the other hand, it lacks real mountains. You will see a lot of mountains in Cape Town area. It's a very mountainous region though. And for both airports, we are using custom sceneries. Those sort of handcrafted airports for both Cape Town and Johannesburg. Just give it a little bit more of a authentic feel, you know. Let's get back to the flight deck, see if everything's still doing what it's supposed to be doing. PMDG, FMC speed on VNAV path, 0.79, 0.79, 0.787, sure, flag level 300. 8.1, so the center fuel tanks are almost empty. We got 300 kilograms in there. Yes, so today let's try another one of the, I usually land with flaps full. Then I was told that it's not always realistic. If you go to the INSRAF page, here you'll have flaps 30 or flaps 40. I always would use flaps 40. But for more realism and possibly more stable approach, I'm going to choose flaps 30 for landing again. I wanted to do this yesterday when we landed at Djibouti in Africa, but the temperature was like 43 degrees centigrade, in which case you should actually use full flaps. So we did end up landing the, but that was the 777F, But today we'll fly our final approach with flaps 30. Now the speed 151, this will definitely go down. We're going to burn quite some more fuel before we get to that point, so the aircraft will be lighter. So the approach speed will be affected by that too. Now we could set up a few other things. So the ILS frequency for runway 01, that'll be 110.3. So 110.30. That will be our ILS. 99 stops. Oh, cool, man. We're slowly getting there. And then 011 for the course, the final approach course. So let's put that in the little window. 011. Yeah, I see. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. We're almost at 100 subscribers. It will be a milestone and my mother will be so proud of me. Alright, so we set up the ILS frequency 110.3. We have the final approach course. Let's also have a look at the decision altitude. I think in our case we'll just take radio altitude 105. So I was watching about 2 months back, just close to 30. I know, man. Thanks so much, dude. Thanks very much, Lego. You're one of the hardcore ones, really. That's really appreciated, my friend. And thank you so much. It's very kind. And that deserves a cute little chord on my guitar. And maybe another one. And maybe another one. And maybe another one. And back. Alright. Let's put the thing away. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Lego. About 2 months ago, indeed. Like 30 or something. And all of a sudden things just, well, relatively skyrocketed. I mean, we're still a extremely small channel. I am fully aware of that, but it is, it's definitely growing. It has been growing for sure. Yeah, that's so cool. Thanks so much, Lego. Yeah, well, that's good, man. As long as you enjoy, you know, that's the whole point. I'm here just to enjoy myself, to fly, and put a little bit of pressure, you know, like people are watching. And sometimes people are not watching. That's also good, you know. I'm flying nonetheless, and but it's very nice when people are watching, you know. That's and sometimes there's engagement, which is always cute. And but there's also obviously the element of like when you're streaming, you don't want to look too stupid, you know. And I'm not claiming I know everything, not at all. I'm just learning, and it's cool if we all learn together. You know, there was this guy who responded to one of my landing videos. Landing replay videos, and he gave me some really good advice for how to properly land. And I replied to him, "Thanks so much. I will take the next 12 months to process your response." Okay, we get a fuel warning now, and that's nothing to worry about. That is the center fuel pumps, or the center fuel tanks being empty. Continue learning that, joining me one day. Yeah, man, we'll definitely do that. Ligo, I tried to set up a Discord. If I may ask you to try, if you're interested, if I may ask you to try to see if that works. I believe, because I'm not very Discord savvy, I must admit. And as far as I know now, I have a link on my channel, on the channel information. I think what I'm supposed to do is what I did, so to make a invite link, so people who click the link should probably be able to like send a friend request. I don't know how it works, or maybe that's already the friend request and they're just accepting it. Not really sure. Because there we can also do some at some point later down the line, when we're like 1,000 subscribers or whatever, I don't know. We can maybe organize some things, and there is a section where you can suggest a certain route, for instance, or upload pictures and everything. 2 flights in Vetzim, first time with ATC. It went pretty bad. I recognize that. I've started a lot. Apologize to the controller. Well, that's good, man. That's decent behavior, you know. I think that will always be appreciated. You know, when you're in Vetzim, if you don't know, just ask. That's what they're there for. And everybody wants to learn. And just make sure you do not start to go to like a huge event, you know, because then they probably won't have time to explain certain things. But you know, if you mess up, that's human. And if you apologize, that's superhuman, you know. It's just taking accountability. It's not a big deal at all. It's only a big deal if you don't. So that's, yeah, I always really appreciate those kind of things. Says the link is invalid or you don't have permission to join it. Thanks so much for checking, Ligo. Do you have any suggestions, maybe? I seriously, I have no clue how it works. You had some audio issues for some reason. Oh, that can be crucial, yes. Then the controller was talking fast, asked him to repeat quite a lot, yeah. And it definitely helps to listen to the other planes while you're still standing at the apron. And to sort of catch the kind of style that they talk, you know. When you fly, for instance, in the United States, they talk super fast. And sometimes you're like, Jesus, how do they even understand each other, you know? Right, so this is now reading 0.0, and we can then turn off the center fuel pumps, low pressure. So thank you, center tank. So now it's 7.7 divided between 2 tanks. And can we have a cross feed? This looks ever so slightly unbalanced. 3.82 on the left side, 3.90 on the right side. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll ask my aunt. She's called ChatGPT, and usually has some good ideas. Just be careful when you say I have dandruff. What can I do? And they start saying guillotine. Then you know you're heading down the wrong path. The landscape is still kind of flat. There's a little bit of a red coloring coming now. And on top of the sand, let's go to this side. Let's just do it properly. There you go. Manual FMC. 804, 409 nautical miles. Oh, still at 99. So I thought maybe, oh, whoops, stand by 1 second. There we are. Yeah, so I thought maybe I'd just leave the leave the window to my channel open so I can double check, because last time, as I said, it was quite funny. But I realized only after the stream, somebody said, hey, I'm subscriber 100, and I was like, oh, congratulations, making a total fool out of myself. Gotta get out now. No worries, man. See you later. You take care too, stay safe. No worries, Lego. Thanks so much for saying hi, man, and you'll see the landing replay later, I'm sure. And you're welcome always on this channel, man. And good luck, have a very good day. I'll catch you later, my friend. Catch you later, FPS Legal. Alright, dude. So the mountains are not really quite there yet, but we'll see them in, I don't know, like 30 to 45 minutes, I guess. Terrain will definitely at some point start to change. So basically, that's actually where we are now, on our way to Agnam, 196 nautical miles. So I'll just head off to the galley for a little bit. I'll be back before you can say blueberry pie. Okay, see you out again. PMDG still on. FMC speed L19F path. 37 minutes into the flight, time is 7:08. So it's about 1 hour until top of descent, a little less, 8:04. Fuel's still a little bit unbalanced actually though. See if there's a weather update. There is. 700 Zulu. 03010 knots. 6 kilometers visibility, fuel cloud 3000. I'm not sure that the fuel pumps, the center fuel pumps need to be on for the cross feed. It doesn't look like it, does it? Just give it a try for a second. See if anything at some point will start changing. Because we have a little bit unbalanced fuel distribution, 3.62 on the left side, 3.69 on the right. And it doesn't like us having those fuel pumps on, so let's turn them off. I'm good. Now it's just close feed too. I'll be taking window view. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, so that must have been quicker, faster than you could say blueberry pie. So we'll look outside. Well, that's our 737-800. Full of fuel 7.1. Let's have a look at those options, because what I said earlier, I also flew the 737-800. I don't recall, I think it was Pegasus, and it had different fuel cutoff switches. These are more like the, I don't know what you would call these. So I'm thinking this might be part of the options. Although I do not recall seeing it, but maybe I didn't register. The PMDG setup. Aircraft equipment maybe. A Honeywell or Collins at the mode control panel. All of it. Details. FMS options. Not expecting those buttons there. Fuel. Aux fuel system. No. Instrument. Standby instance. Analog. HCS installed. No. Yodan gauge. Yes. Eyebrow windows. Yes, I like it. Cutoff switch style, new or old. So when we say new, that's when we get these ones. And when we select old, we'll get these ones. Never played around with that before, but let's do the new, just for the fun of it. Yoke checklist, yes, address, sure. Window shades, yes please. And let's have some Wi-Fi on board, why not? So she could stay for 7 years with some asshole. She couldn't stay 7 months with me. That's quite telling. There's our Mango 737-800. So I guess this weekend is Africa weekend, because we flew from Portugal to Djibouti in Africa. And now we're flying domestic in South Africa. It's not intentional really, I just felt like flying the Mango since I downloaded the Mango livery. I thought like, hey, let's just fly, it's a route that I'm well known. I know this route quite well. But I haven't flown the Mango livery yet, and figured let's just do that. So actually, by sort of chance or luck or whatever you want to call it, there's been like 2 flights to and in Africa this weekend. 722. Top of descent under 300 miles. And yeah, we're pretty much set up actually for the final approach. All we need to do is the INSF speed. It's now down to 149 knots, and it will probably keep on going down for a little bit longer. We expect to land with 4.6 thousand kilograms of fuel. We're currently carrying 6.8, so that's going to affect the weight of the aircraft and therefore the final approach speed. So we will not select this quite yet. Let's see if we can get descent winds forecast request. Let's load them up. And let's execute. That pushes the top of descent back by 1 minute, 8:03 instead of 8:04. Target speed while descending 0.785 or 303 knots. Speed restrictions 240 below flight level 100. We can make that actually 250, but at the same time, why not go a little bit slower if we can? It's a shame. In the 777 by PMDG, when you click these, you will actually hear the sound of the plastic screen. And they did not do it in the 737-800. And it sounds just so cool, it's so immersive. But here, no sound at all. .54 knots headwind. I think that's actually what's in the LSP as well, 54, coming from 234. So the direction is not quite the same, but the strength is spot on actually. See the landscape slowly starting to change a little bit, becoming a little bit more reddish. I really like these wingtips. My mango, it's so funny. Now I want to see something. Let's go outside. Because what we see here, let's go from this side first. So we see this little O. So does it continue on the other side? Yes, it does. Look at that. That's cute. Can we make those fit? are using GSX, but I don't think we'll be seeing our passengers, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. So in case you need the bathroom, this is the little brown mile. Just exit through one of these doors, you go sit here, and then you kindly request that the passengers here close their shades for a second. You can do your business, and then you will walk back in. And there you have it. Now please don't do this in real life, don't be an idiot. Fuel level 1.38, 1.39. Still a little bit of an imbalance there in the engines. Guess we'll just have to live with that. Just don't get OCD and you should be fine. We'll leave this page on the descent. We can monitor here 243 nautical miles, 803. back to the flight deck. Top of descent in 30 minutes, little under 30 minutes. Still scheduled for 8:03. Plus 30 still giving us 149 knots. 6.2 kilograms. First mountain rain starts coming up. As we're getting closer to Cape Town. Here we can see depicted a little bit better what we just did. So we got the U0 waypoint and the Carolina 01. We extended both of them, like 10 nautical miles. I guess in real life you could probably just go straight from U0 to Carolina 01. I'm with the chicken, so I like to give it a little bit more space. And then you end up with something like that. The descent checklist, there's a relationship to special landing altitude. We can start doing that. I believe it was at 49, 24, something else, somewhere in the 100. 150. call off the break. Please transition out to 7,500. There it is. Missed approach procedure. Climb 6,500. Correct runway heading. 011. To 2 knots per mile from CTV. Cape Town VLR. Turn left heading 330. Intercept the radio 346. At 6,500, turn right direct to VOR, continue 6.7 from CTV and then join holding order as direct. Well, let's hope we don't have to do that. Upper descent, 25 minutes. On our way to Norfolk. That's a funny name. And 143 knots per mile. Norfolk. Learn to love such learn to live. And that must be so lonely then. So about 20 minutes till the top of descent. I'm 744, let's see if there's a new weather report. This is issue 700. Oh, no weather report available. So probably 1 hourly update. welcome aboard Borderline. Welcome aboard Borderline personnel to this order. Airlines. We are ruiners of all things good. Just throw some love against it, and it is sure to get smashed into a million pieces. But we're still going 30,000 feet. And top of descent in about 15 minutes. And then we'll set this baby down in Cape Town. And as I said, we're using custom scenery for the Cape Town airport. So it will look a little bit more like the real deal. Top of descent is already coming into view there. And it's about 111 miles, 803. That's about 15 minutes. Now the weather report would be nice. But we can hit refresh, but nothing's happening. So currently 1022 will be our QNH. Wind 030 at 10 knots. So we can set 1022 and at least we have something. Apologies. So maybe new weather report will come at 8 while we are actually descending. So we'll receive it after 8. Some mountain ridges coming up there at the coast. So against better judgment, let me just check for a new weather report. Probably will be after 8. Okay, and what's our approach speed? Currently went down from 149 to 148, so I guess we could probably take this one. So we'll do a flat 30 landing. Final approach speed 148 plus 5, so 153. And I'm thinking this should show in the legs page, 153, there it is. Let's see if we can change this to 3000 and not 3000 or above. Before it's slash 3000 sharp. Top of descent unaffected. What if you do the same for flight level 100? Let's just see how it's going to go down. Usually it works out okay. So 12 more minutes until the descent. Recall is clear. So we already set the pressurization to the landing altitude. 150 speed. because we checked we can wait a little bit just before we actually start our descent. And let's put in the altitude, 2,000 feet, for the glide slope will start to take us down. So 2,000 feet, we'll put that in the window. Man, underneath is such a piece of white trash, girl, man. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh, the funk. It's the basic. It really is. Alright, 10 more minutes. We're on our way to no cocks. I'm not gonna touch that one. Just putting it out there. Definitely getting a lot more terrain now, now that we're getting closer to Cape Town. No weather report yet. We're now 1 hour 24 minutes into the flight. Total fuel carrying 5.4 and we'll be landing with 4.6. So we're not going to be burning a lot more fuel now. Our VRF speed still 148. So the order will be that we will start descending at 8:03, and a couple of minutes after 8 we will probably get our latest weather report. Looks like they update every hour. So 0700 Zulu was the latest update. Now 7:55. So 800 will be issued. We will receive it at, I don't know, 8:05 or 8:10, something like that. We'll be well underway in our descent by then, but it doesn't necessarily matter a lot. Top of the sensor right there, about 50 miles or so. There you go, 50. So the minimum safe altitude, 4,100, 9,000, 6,100. We'll be coming from this side. interesting. Some people can stay with some asshole for 7 years, and then they find a really sweet guy, and they cannot even stay with that person for 7 months before they just start borderlining everything into the grave, you know. And that's just a sad state of affairs. Some people have a really tough time to actually connect, you know. I guess the type of people that, like from the Matrix, you take the red pill or you take the blue pill, you know. Some people probably just like, oh, okay, I'll just live with my head in the sand, man, that's fine. You know, just to get the illusion of happiness. But it's a funky sim pilot channel, it's not the philosophy sim pilot channel. Let's head back to the flight deck. 800 hours. So top of descent in 3 minutes, 23 nautical miles. No new weather yet. Yeah, so the current situation will be wind 030 at 10 knots. So let's land this baby in Cape Town this morning. It is a winter in South Africa. It's like 11 degrees or something in Cape Town. 13. $18 nautical miles to go. As you can see, definitely getting some more terrain once you get closer to Cape Town. Look at that. That terrain just bursting to come out. One more minute. Six miles. Right, time 8:02. Probably no update yet. Can always try. Not yet there. So we set 2000 for the glide slope. And I'm guessing here is our top of descent. 3.3 miles. There we go, descending. A little bit below the profile for now. And let's have the aircraft settle herself. Time 803. Just keep checking that weather. So the descent speed should be 303 nautical knots or 0.783. And since the descent has started, let me also start recording the sky dolly. That will allow me to create a landing replay video later on. We're 13 feet high, 14 feet, 20 feet. We're a little bit high in the profile, but nothing crazy yet. And I think this is then the third flight for me in the 737-800. The first two flights I overflared a little bit and I floated. The second flight I also did, but not as much as the first, so maybe this flight will be a little bit better. We'll see how that goes. Alright, on our way to ERDAS, level 150 or above. We're getting a little bit high on the profile, so I'm extending the speed brakes for a moment. Speed brakes extended. Just to get us back on the vertical profile. Speed brake retracted. Time 806. Let's see if there's a weather report. No, sorry, Bob. Time 807. Expect to land 829. Checking the weather. Nope, nothing there. Away. Just keep refreshing the weather every minute or so. And let's strap in the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. Please return to your seats and make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. We have started our descent into Cape Town International Airport. We expect to arrive there in approximately 20 minutes. The temperature will be 13 degrees. There will be a few clouds, and it will be a little bit windy today, but we expect a smooth landing. On behalf of Mango Airlines and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Alright, so that was the cabin announcement. Unfortunately, we do not have the current weather. Let's just refresh again. Nope. So transition altitude 7,500. So recall, let's check that. That's clear. Auto brake, we can use auto brake 1 for Cape Town. Let's check. Landing data VREF and minimums. Let's check the VREF speed, but I don't think that has changed. It actually has 147, so we update that. And check in the leg space to see if that's is also there 152, which is 147 plus 5, so then we get 152. We have our minimums for the radio for the decision altitude, 105 feet, and we have the ILS frequency 110.3 and the final approach course 011. We have it in both the boxes here, course as well. Approach briefing has been completed as well, so descent checklist complete. Now just check for the weather. Still no weather report. Come on, man. If it was issued at 8, it's been already 10 minutes. There you go. Wind 030, 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Few clouds 2,500, 15 degrees. QNH 1022, that hasn't changed. So we have our final weather. That's always good. If QNH is correct, 1022. We'll switch over at 7,500 feet. So right now the passengers are strapped in. We have the cabin announcement out of the way. Altitude 18,000. You can maybe start the APU. And we'll also put the engine start switches to continuous relight. So let's set this baby down in Cape Town, man. 15,600. What it's supposed to be, Charlie Tango 831 in 5 miles. Flight level 130 or above. Speed below 230 knots. So we are at 230. Do have some terrain coming up there. Or it might be the Table Mountain already. I think it might be. And when you're in Cape Town, something you will see often is when you look at Table Mountain, there will be some clouds. It's called the tablecloth. So will be hanging, basically sort of falling over the mountain and just sort of staying there. It looks really cool. Right, Charlie Tango 832, 110 or above. 230 or below. So quite close to the airport, 14 nautical miles from the localizer, but we're going to take a left turn to line ourselves up for runway 01. Here comes the left turn. $14,000 feet. Charlie Tango 832, after that 833, flight level 100 or above. This is now placing us a little bit low on the profile, but as you can see that's immediately changing. So for the approach checklist, all we have to do here is set the altimeter to local pressure. That's 1022. We'll do this at 7,500 feet. So there's our runway. It's on a straight line, we're almost like 9 nautical miles. There's a Robben Island, a line peak or a line head, Table Mountain, the 12 Apostles over there. Hey, how you doing, man? $7,900. So we're now 1 hour 46 minutes into the flight. Let's quickly check the final approach speed, 147 still, okay. Right, 10,000 feet coming up. Let's turn on the landing lights. So 20 we should be 6,500 or above. Well, we're already at the above. It would always be nice if it were a little bit closer to what it actually says there. Otherwise it will leave us with 9.5 nautical miles to actually reach that altitude. So let's see how this is going to go down. So that's 7,500. We will switch to the local pressure 1022. Okay, 1,300. Alright, 7,800. Let's switch to local pressure. And this is now showing us a little bit high. So let's get the speed brakes out. Speed brake extended. So the damage not too big there. 19 miles from the runway. Gonna be increasing a little bit. Just we're flying away from the runway. Altitude 66409. Here comes our right turn. So these two waypoints are the ones we added manually, just to get a little bit more of a buffer, if you will. Right, let's retract speed brake. Speed brake retracted. So for the approach checklist, that's completed as well. We got the altimeter. So now the landing checklist, engine start switches, continuous relights. Done that. When speed brake armed, we'll do this once we're on the localizer. Landing gear down, flaps, green light. For flaps, I think will be 30 for today's landing. Below the glide slope. Let's turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. APU is already running. And now let's turn on the localizer. Or at least we are with localizer captured. That's good. Oh, is it freezing? That's not good. Looks like my simulator has a timeout on its mind. Oh, that's back. Wow, that was long. Okay, so we're on the localizer. That's also on the approach. There's our runway. Let's arm the speed brake. We're 14 miles out. The glide slope should capture at around 2,000 feet. Distance 9.4 nautical miles. We got a radio altitude down here. Standing by to be captured by the glide slope. The moment that happens, we'll get control over the speed window here. There you go, captured. Localizer, glide slope captured, 152. Cold flaps 1. Another 5 miles out, let's also drop the gear. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. 5.
1,000.
1,000 feet. We're not fully set up yet. See if we can go laps 30. Let's turn off the autopilot.
Approaching minimums.
Is that runway?
Minimums.
Continue.
50. 30.
Idle.
20.
Land.
10.
That's touchdown. Right, welcome to Cape Town, everybody. Full reversals. Taxi knots, engines to idle, flaps up, speed brakes in. We'll take 8 to the left. A little bit of tail braking. So once again, welcome to Cape Town. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Take a left here onto the main apron area. So as I said, this is a custom scenery for the Cape Town International Airport. And it's looking very nice. And you can download this for free from Flight Sim. TL. There's a Table Mountain in the back. Let's go here, Alpha 4. That should be it, more or less. We can stop right here. Right, parking brake set. So again, welcome to Cape Town. The third flight with the Boeing 737-800. Today we had Mango Airline delivery. And she performed well. Deceleration was a bit of a challenge on final approach, but it looks like we managed after all. So thank you very much for checking, everybody. And everyone stay funky, keep your loved ones close. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.